Howdy, folks. Welcome to Mental Health Monday. My name is Kenneth Thomas, and on Mondays, I like to go live here, talk about different aspects of mental health. Today, something that's kind of topical for me right now, dealing with depression and anxiety. A lot of people deal with depression and anxiety. It's not an uncommon thing these days, but how do you deal with it? What are some things that you can do? Full disclosure, I'm dealing with about a depression and some anxiety right now. I am not at the point where anybody needs to worry about me harming myself. I am not that bad off. I'm just dealing with a bad funk where I wasn't feeling good all last week physically. I was dealing with allergies and stuff. I did not get some of the things done that I wanted to last week, which frustrated me. Today kind of got off to a little bit of a rough start for me. I feel like I'm dragging. I feel like it's hard I'm having one of those days where it's hard to care enough to actually do anything. I don't know if any of you all have ever had those kind of days or that kind of a problem. It can happen for a lot of folks. Now, one of the big things I do want to talk about is that, I'm not talking about just having a mood, because people who deal with chronic depression and anxiety and some of these things, a lot of it has to do with a chemical imbalance, or dealing with some aspect of psychological trauma that they're dealing with. Depression has been something that folks in my family have dealt with. My mom has dealt with it. I'm pretty sure my youngest brother dealt with it to an extent. It's not an easy thing, and it's not an easy thing to talk about. So some of the things that I do when I have these issues is I try to stay busy. I find things to do around the house that need to get done. Earlier, I was downstairs emptying out the dishwasher, making sure all the dishes were dried off and put away. After I get done with this, I'm going to go finish the other part of that job, which is cleaning up the stuff that was in the sink, getting it loaded in the dishwasher and cleaning the dishes that need to be hand washed. Staying busy is staying active is part of what I do to combat this kind of a situation. Another thing I do is I reach out to friends and I'll be like, hey, look, I need to talk. And I set up times to talk. Now, I do know that I have people I could reach out to who would drop everything if I was in a really bad place. So if you're one of those friends, you know who you are, and I want to say thank you. I'm not there. That's not where I'm at today. Today is not the kind of day where I am in such a dark place that I don't even know where the light is. I know where the light is. It's just trying to have enough energy to give a damn to get up and do anything with it. Last month was a pretty decent month in a lot of ways. I didn't achieve some of the goals that I wanted to. And that always kind of can get you into a little bit of a funk because it's like, why am I trying? Why am I bothering? So when you find yourself in one of those positions where you're dealing with that kind of depression and anxiety about, is what I'm trying to do worth it? Am I worth it? The answer is yes. Now, you may need some help sometimes when you get into these spots like I do. Reach out to someone. And you can find people that will help you. If you ever been the kind of person who's needed someone to reach out, drop a 1 down there in the comments. If you're somebody who has been there for someone when they needed to reach out to someone, drop a 2. And if you've done both, drop both. it can be really hard sometimes. It's like today I was like, do I even want to get on here and do this live stream? The answer is no, I didn't. But you know what? Not every day that you go to work do you feel like getting up and going to work. And these live streams are part of what I do now. And doing that live at noon Central is part of what I'm doing, and it's part of what I consider my job now. Reaching out and connecting with people, talking about mental health on Mondays, talking about photography and lighting on Tuesdays, talking about wellness on Wednesdays, and then just giving my general thoughts on different things on Thursday. This is what I do now. It's a big change from a lot of what I've done in the past. It makes me very uncomfortable sometimes, which can give me a lot of anxiety. Dry throat, sorry. Almost out of lemonade. But I don't think it does anybody any good if I just get on here and pretend that everything's all happy, hunky-dory on days when it's not. Because that may be the image that some people go out and try to project, that everything's fine, they don't have to worry about anything. But that's probably not the reality for everybody. A lot of influencers will go through a lot of iterations on their content before they even post anything. 20, 30 photographs to get the right selfie, the right lighting, the right angles, the right everything. And so there is a lot of that idealized version of life that's out there. So do not compare yourself to a lot of that, because it is an idealized version. It is there to inspire you. It is not there for you to compare yourself to. Comparing yourself to an idealized version of anything is only going to lead to heartbreak and depression and a lot of other struggles. Don't do it. Okay. And that's one of the reasons that I tried to be real when I do things like this. Sorry. Dang it. Out of lemonade. It's one of the reasons that I try to show the reality, especially on mental health Mondays and on wellness Wednesdays. I really do. And Thursday, about the only day that I really don't care about trying to be real is when I'm giving tips and tricks on photo and photography, because usually that just excites me because it's something I have a passion for. But being vulnerable and coming on here and talking about mental health and talking about my struggles with it, it's not an easy thing to do. It doesn't feel natural sometimes, but I don't think it does anybody any good if I'm coming on here and I'm talking about things without showing the reality of what it is that I deal with. That was half the reason I started doing these, was because I wanted to have real conversations. I wanted to show people what it's really like for me. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's struggles are different. There's commonality with a lot of things, but I just wanted to get on here and share how I deal with things and share some of the things that I've learned and different topics. And today, with the simple fact that it's just one of those really tough days for me, I wanted to get on here and be honest with y'all about that. So that's what I'm here to talk about. That's, I may have been wandering around a little bit, but yeah, keeping yourself busy, not letting yourself just sit there in a funk. It's hard. It can be really, really hard to just get up and start doing things. Hello, Air Force. I don't know if y'all can hear that. Jet just flew over the house. It can be hard, but the only way you're going to climb out of that funk is to get up and to start doing things. Sometimes if you have a job that you go to, that can be a good thing because it forces you to get up and go there and be active. Double-edged sword. I'm not going to say that it's not. It cuts both ways. It can help you. Can also be a source of depression and anxiety. But when you don't have that, I have to do daily things. It can get to be a real challenge. So I challenge you that if you're somebody who is struggling, reach out to a friend, get up, do something, go for a walk. Physical activity like an exercise or something like that is actually a really good thing, because once you get some physical activity going, you're kicking in some endorphins that will help with the depression. It's so hard to motivate yourself to do a workout. I know when you're feeling the funk, but it is actually a really good idea. So, doing those kind of things will help you. And if you're ever in a position where you feel like you don't have any choices, just remember there are people who count on you. There are people who you matter to. So if you're somebody who's dealing with it in a bad way, reach out to someone. It's always worth reaching out, because you matter to people. I know you do. Sometimes it may not feel like it, but I guarantee you do. Well, tomorrow I'm going to be talking about the new lights that I got. I'm kind of excited about that. And I'll be doing a little bit about how I'm now lighting things. And, I've also jumped into doing things in high definition. Not sure that's going to do anybody any good, because you're looking at me, but hey. So until next time, peace, love, and photography, folks. And remember, everything can make a beautiful image, including you. Have a great afternoon.